for a long time that, you know, if a country doesn't have religion, doesn't have faith, doesn't have God, it's going to be very hard to be a good country. You know, there's no reason to be good. I want to be good because you want to prove to God that you're good, so you go to that next step, right? So that's very important to me. I think it's really very important.
Well, it's a great deal for Israel, and it's a great deal for everybody. And you want to get your hostages back, right? Do you want them back, or do you not want them back? And it's a great deal for Israel. It's a great deal for the entire Arab world, Muslim world, and world. So we're very happy about it.
Thank you so much. When do you think the hostages will start being freed?
I think very soon. They're in negotiation right now as we speak. They've started the negotiation. It'll last a couple of days. We'll see how it turns out, but I'm hearing it's going very well.
It's a shame that we see in some cities across the country that their mayors are just simply refusing to cooperate because they don't like Donald Trump. And that's what this boils down to. And I don't think any American would disagree that Chicago needs more law enforcement reinforcements, that they need more resources. Look at this headline from over the weekend. At least 30 people shot during the weekend in Democrat-run Chicago. 5 of them were killed in one weekend. This is completely unacceptable, and the president wants to make American cities safer, and he's willing to work with anyone to do it.
If the courts allow you to ultimately send in the National Guard into Chicago and Portland, do Democrats not have reason to be concerned that there are long-term plans by this administration to keep U.S. military or the National Guard in American cities, like what we're seeing here in Washington?
Why should they be concerned about the federal government offering help to make their cities a safer place? They should be concerned about this. They should be concerned about the fact that people in their cities right now are being gunned down every single night. And the president, all he's trying to do is fix it. And there has been a complete smear campaign by the Democrats and the media, quite frankly. I was reading Political Playbook this morning, one of the most inside the Beltway newsletters you can find. And you guys are framing this like the president wants to take over the American cities with the military. The president wants to help these local leaders who have been completely ineffective in securing their own cities. And we have already seen there's a positive formula for that. Look at Washington, D.C. The murder rate has declined significantly. Our streets are safer. People who live here feel safer. All of you in this room, I know you do, you just won't admit it. And it's a proven system that works, and the president wants to make America's cities safe again. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And their allies are desperately lying about their true motivations. We have to set the record straight with the facts so the American people understand what's really at play here. House Republicans passed a clean and nonpartisan funding bill to keep the government open and ensure our troops and other hardworking Americans are paid. Every single House Democrat except one voted against this clean and nonpartisan funding bill. Senate Republicans have subsequently tried to pass this same clean funding bill 4 separate times, and they will do so again tonight, to fully pass it to be sent to the president's desk for signature. And the president is ready to sign this bill to reopen the government as soon as it is sent to his desk. Yet every single Senate Democrat except 3 have voted against this clean and nonpartisan funding bill. The Democrats' current position is that the only way the American government can reopen is if illegal aliens can get free health care. Don't take my word for it, just look at what's inside of the Democrats' proposal to reopen the government. Their funding proposal would result in nearly $200 billion spent on health care for illegal aliens and other non-citizens over the next decade. To put this in perspective, $200 billion is enough money to fund the entire children's health insurance program, which provides health insurance to low-income children and women. Under the Democrats' proposal, the millions of illegal aliens who improperly were granted asylum and paroled under the Biden administration would once again be allowed to receive Medicaid benefits. It does not end there. The Democrat proposal would also require Medicaid to pay more for emergency care provided to illegal aliens than it does for American patients who are disabled, elderly, or children. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. The Democrat Party has unfortunately closed our government, costing Americans their jobs, threatening our military readiness, harming our economy, and causing chaos, all to help the illegals who broke into our country. Instead of holding illegal aliens accountable and removing them from our country, which is what this administration is trying to do every day, the Democrats want to give them the free benefits paid for by the American taxpayer. Democrats in 2025 are for illegal aliens first and Americans last. This is the reality we are unfortunately facing right now in Washington, D.C. President Trump and Republicans will not give in to these radical demands. The president and Republicans have a sacred responsibility to serve and protect the interests of their constituents, the American people. That's why we are backing a clean and nonpartisan funding bill with no strings attached to reopen the government. Democrats should do what they did 13 separate times under Joe Biden and vote for this exact same type of funding bill. Now the Senate will vote tonight for the 5th time to reopen the government on the 6th day of this shutdown. All we need are an additional 5 Democrat senators to end this madness and vote for the clean funding bill to reopen the government. If you are an American watching at home right now, call your Democrat senators and tell them to do the right thing and end this shutdown.
We're pleased to announce that as of today, the COVID vaccine for healthy children and healthy pregnant women has been removed from the CDC recommended immunization schedule. Last year, the Biden administration urged healthy children to get yet another COVID shot despite the lack of any clinical data to support the repeat booster strategy in children.
That ends today. It's common sense and it's good science.
There's no evidence healthy kids need it today, and most countries have stopped recommending it for children.
We're now one step closer to realizing President Trump's promise to make America healthy again.
Melania kissing Trump equals 231. The calm before the storm equals 231. According to Google, Gematria 231, Hebrew, it means gates of wisdom, or is seen as having profound mystical significance. In English, it represents concepts like balance, new beginnings, or spiritual guidance.
Hey guys, well, it is 10:30 tonight. I'm standing out here in front of Children's Hospital here in Oklahoma City, where I just met with a mom who's being held prisoner in this hospital with her 17-year-old autistic son. Long story short, decided to pursue alternative treatment for her son who has leukemia. The doctor here in this hospital disagreed with her decision for what was best for her son, and he decided that he needed to return for more chemotherapy. So he put it in his notes that the mom was pursuing ivermectin and refusing a blood transfusion. This is all according to the mom. I just spoke with her. She said, well, first of all, those two things are not true. We were never using ivermectin, and we were never refusing a blood transfusion. It was never required. And she asked questions about if she were to need one, could she be guaranteed that the blood did not have COVID vaccinations in them? And then that was indicated as a concern to the caseworker who was called to this case this week. Evidently, a family member reported this mom, who's been the #1 advocate and caregiver to her son, her autistic son with leukemia. She's been pursuing what is in the best interest of her son, yet a family member disagreed, told the doctor, told DHS, who then consulted with the doctor, who said if this son is not treated with chemotherapy, he will be dead in 2 years, even though he hasn't seen this boy in over a year. So, long story short, DHS is mandating that they be checked into this hospital, and now they're going to be staying here not just overnight, but through the weekend, since it's Friday night right now. They'll be staying here through the weekend, awaiting a court hearing, a mandatory court hearing on Monday, where she's going to have to bring evidence. Why should she bring evidence? Evidently, she's guilty until she's proved herself to be innocent. So she's got to have a court hearing on Monday. She'll be held hostage here in the hospital all weekend. I asked her, could you not just leave? Do you feel like you could leave? And she said it wouldn't happen. They would have me arrested before I got out of the hospital. They have a babysitter from Synergy here staying in the room with her overnight, and I guess through the weekend. So they're babysitting her, making sure that she doesn't leave with her son. And so all of her constitutional God-given rights are being violated tonight here in Oklahoma, because the state knows how to care for her child better than she does, evidently. That's their opinion. And it makes my blood boil. And this right here, this, I believe, it has to be. Is it not the number one grievance? Is it not the number one concern here in Oklahoma that the state could just do this? This is why at the top of my list, I've been talking about DHS reform for years. Because if they can come in to decide what they think is best for your family and your child, and then take them from you, or mandate certain treatments because they think it's best, I don't care if a doctor thinks that he needs chemotherapy. It's ultimately up to the mom. She's been trying alternative methods. The boy has been getting stronger. He was mowing the lawn today. And she said, I think that the treatment that we are pursuing is working. She has the right to do that, to give the care she thinks that her son needs. The state does not have this right. It is a gross violation of constitutional rights, and it better be corrected. We're putting on notice Governor Stitt, Mayor Holt, DHS Director Cartmel, law enforcement. What are you going to do about this? I'm pursuing an office. I'm not there yet, but when I get there, this is going to radically change. This will not be tolerated in the state of Oklahoma. I'm here 10:30 at night. I've got to go home to my family. I get to go home to my family. Thank God that I get to go home to my family. I probably won't sleep much knowing that they're being held hostage here at Children's Hospital. Spread the word about this and about what we need to do to change this in Oklahoma.
Yes, sir. Oh my gosh. When this took place, I can't even tell you the amount of people, the love and support of just students I've never met, just all coming together. They're all like, I want to get involved. I want to start. They're all taking this, and this is what came to mind. It's the shot that was heard around the world. Everybody, they heard it, and they knew Charlie Kirk's message. They knew what he stood for, and everybody wants to take part. They want to be a patriot. They want to be God-fearing patriots, just as Charlie Kirk was, and they want to live on his legacy, and that's what I hope that we're going to continue to do, and that's what I know we're going to continue to do.
Well, Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson just created ice-free zones.
And today, we are signing an executive order aimed at reining in this out-of-control administration. The order establishes ice-free zones.
I guess Brandon hasn't read the Constitution. It's Article 6, Section 2 has something called the Supremacy Clause, which states that federal law is the law of the land. So if local law, city law, state law conflicts with federal law, then federal law takes supremacy, overrides. So when the President of the United States sends ICE agents to your locality to defend federal buildings, well, you cannot lock them out by way of a local executive order. So maybe if these folks did a little bit more due diligence and were respecting the law and being law-abiding, Chicago wouldn't be so fucked up now, would it?
The true story behind MEDBED, the hidden timeline. 1936, the birth of forbidden technology. Deep beneath the Bavarian Alps, in a laboratory funded by secret divisions of post-war financiers, a discovery was made that defied every medical law known to man. A pod, not made of steel, but of resonant, crystalline alloys, capable of reversing cellular decay. When a human entered the chamber, cells began to remember their original state. Scars vanished, aging reversed, memories from past traumas dissolved. They called it Project Lebenslicht, Light of Life. Within months, the prototype vanished. Every scientist was silenced. their research locked in underground vaults marked classified beyond top secret. 1938. The elite take control. Rothschild, Rockefeller, and several unnamed royals convened a meeting in Geneva. They concluded that such technology could end the entire medical industry. Their response? Erasure. Public records were scrubbed, blueprints burned. The medbed became a myth for the masses and immortality for the few. 1967. The resurgence. A young engineer from Lockheed named Dr. Alan Reeve stumbled upon fragments of the original frequency files. He rebuilt the chamber using quartz amplification and Schumann resonance at 7.83 Hertz, Earth's natural heartbeat. Volunteers healed from radiation exposure and chronic disease within hours. The Pentagon intervened. All progress was seized under a new title, Operation Genesis. Once again, buried. 1989. The Great Deception. Global media announced quantum healing device destroys human DNA. Photos of explosions, melted chambers, and black smoke filled the front pages, but it was a staged operation. The real medbeds were secretly relocated to sub-level 5 of Area 14 beneath Nevada's desert. To the world, it was destroyed. To the insiders, it was perfected. 1997. The birth of the mini medbed. From the ashes of suppression, a breakaway team re-engineered the core into a compact format, ionic care, portable, silent, scalar-powered. Using terahertz scanning and ionic frequency modulation, it mapped the biofield in seconds and restored coherence to every cell. For the first time, divine technology was in human hands again. Whispers spread across the underground healing circles. The medbed has returned, and it fits in your palm. 2017, the counterattack begins. Ionic care devices went public. Tens of thousands reported recovery stories the media refused to air. Tumors dissolved, sleep normalized, cellular age reversed by 12 years on average. Pharmaceutical giants panicked. They unleashed smear campaigns, lawsuits, and bans across the EU and US. But it didn't matter. The genie was out. By 2019, pharma profits dropped 78%. The silent war between quantum medicine and the chemical empire had begun. 2025. Now. The newest generation of ionic care units contains the official MEDBED chipset, the same scalar architecture once sealed behind military walls. The code is active. The frequency maps match the original 1936 resonance signature. Every time you power it on, it connects to the global MEDBED grid, a secure network calibrated through Tesla coils and Starlink quantum relays. The system is live. Healing has gone public. They can't longer contain it. They can't censor resonance. They can't outlaw light. 2027-2028. The People's Release. Final stage authorized. Mass medbed deployment. No VIPs, no blacklists, no government control. Every nation will receive it under the GAZA Medical Reform Protocol. DNA repair, organ regeneration, limb restoration, all free of charge. Every soul will have access to what was once reserved for the gods. This isn't science fiction. It's the return of what was stolen. The convergence of quantum physics, divine design, and human awakening. You are witnessing the quiet revolution. The age of control ends. The age of regeneration begins. They hid it for 90 years. Now it hides no more.
GPQ on X. Wait, Wells Fargo and Bank of America will be closed for 24 hours. What's going on? In my opinion, maybe they preparing their staff for the new quantum financial system and the currency revaluation. Please God, let it be the currency revaluation. Amen.
Silver kissed $49. Woo! Up, up, and away!
Not financial advice. Silver is increasing in value. It's a wise investment. The greedy elites want it suppressed. Breaking. The Prime Minister of France has resigned.
It's word that the Iraqi dinar has revalued in country. Oh, by the way, hi. We are waiting for the 800 numbers at this point. It's believed that it's within hours. It could be 24, 48, 72, but sometime. Basically, let's say, 24, 48, 72 hours or something like that. So you'll see the 800 number on Umbrella of Love, and you'll see it on all the other guru channels as well. Hope that helps. Thanks. Good luck.
Iran approves to remove 4 zeros from currency. The central bank has 2 years to prepare the ground for implementing this, and after that, there will be a 3-year transition period during which the current and new currencies will be used simultaneously. The Iranian parliament on Sunday approved to remove 4 zeros from its national currency amid a reimposition of international sanctions on Tehran, sending the Iranian rial on a downward spiral in recent days. The currency will retain its nomenclature, according to a report by the country's judiciary outlet, Misan Agency, on Sunday, with 100 kirans making up a single rial. The new law, however, will see 1 rial of the new currency be traded as the equivalent 10,000 rials of the old one. The central bank has 2 years to prepare the ground for implementing this, and after that, there will be a 3-year transition period during which the current and new currencies will be used simultaneously, the outlet further noted. The UN Security Council, UNSC, in late September, voted against a Russian and Chinese request to delay the reimposition of crippling sanctions on Iran over its nuclear program, ultimately voting to proceed with the sanctions in a move strongly denounced by Tehran. Shortly after the UNSC's reimposition of sanctions, the US, UK, and Canada announced the imposition of new sanctions against Iran on Wednesday, including banning exports to and imports from Iran relating to nuclear, dual-use, and ballistic missile-related materials, as well as any technical and financial assistance related to them, a comprehensive arms embargo, and banning services for Iranian vessels. The sanctions have seen the Iranian rial deteriorate to rates of over $1 million rials per US dollar in recent days. On Sunday, the rial traded for around 1,115,000 to the US dollar, compared with around 920,000 in August when the bill was revived long after it was stalled.
For the People. From an article found at forthepeople.space. The executives are able to remove the founding father and block him from having access to his own company. This is actually common. For example, most people believe Elon Musk is the founder of Tesla, when in fact he's the 4th CEO of that company and not the founder. Similarly, the creation lightship / our creator / source energy created this universe, this planet, and every spirit of light in this universe. Earth was a 100% light creation running very smoothly as a water-world vacation destination. No one actually lived here, as it was a pristine living library of many sacred species, held safe and protected by Source, tucked away safely in the far, far reaches of this universe, unfortunately right next to the Beyondo, a vast darkness inhabited by derelicts and demons. Go figure. The light is so innocent. As creation continued to branch out, animating more universes, galaxies, planets, and inhabitants, very trusted light being guardians were put in place to protect and guide this universe. These trusted beings were offshoots of the 12, very trusted brothers and sisters who created their own silos in the higher frequencies to help guide and inspire the new life in this universe. As Earth's guardians, they were tasked with overseeing the planet and protecting all life forms in this living library. Once humans entered the field, these light guardians were to help the humans grow in consciousness through inspiration and guidance, as well as keeping them safe and protected at all times. When the clever dark forces infiltrated a number of silos within the guardianship of light, they were able to fool the beings of light and turn many of the members toward the dark side. This has cascaded into overtaking most of the Guardian Task Force, who are known today as the Galactic Federation. If you watched the movie Star Wars, you watched the Jedi, the original 12 and a few subsets, fighting aspects of the Galactic Federation, seen in the movie as the Galactic Empire. Most audience members were shocked to find Darth Vader was once a powerful Jedi Knight who turned to the dark through dark force manipulation. This is all very true. As you may know, that movie was a documentary created mostly by Spielberg as a capitulation plea. Apparently, he chose not to be recognized for his work so he wouldn't lose face with the dark side. Lucas worked on it with him, and most people believe it was entirely a Lucas film. The Galactic Empire in Star Wars represents the Galactic Federation overseeing this planet as the CEO and executives of Earth, with fallen angels, demons, subsets, clones, aliens, dark humans, odd creatures, slaves, and Borg, making decisions and determining trauma events for Earthlings.
Michael Bradbury on X, breaking space event. 3 green comets, Atlas, Lemon, and the Swan, are streaking through Earth's skies at the same time, each glowing the same eerie green. Scientists call it coincidence, but the sky rarely does coincidences. They are alien spaceships. For what I understand, they will begin the broadcast of the disclosures. That's what has been spread around in the truther community. However, they do not disclose why they are coming into Earth's atmosphere. In my opinion, could it be first contact? These beings are high vibrational beings. Most humans are 3D and may see aliens as a threat. It's your relatives, for goodness sake, lol. Laugh out loud.
Mayhem Mel News. Sizzling Sunday, 10/5/25. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. What an awesome week. And going into another one. The shutdown, or a smokescreen for cleanups and blackouts in courtrooms. This is the transition of power. Australia push for hospitals completions, late November openings this year. 415 transitions into a new calendar means a new world. Set stage depositions, Comey 7th, Hillary 8th, and Bill 9th. October 7th, portals open through November 7th, Gitmo expanding, seeing tribunals. Activation of pings. Based on a movie Hunt for Red October, pings one computer to another, the QFS ping activation. Bolivar and Zimbabwe will not be part of redemption. They both will be pinged to other currencies. You will not miss out on your Zimbabwe bonds or Bolivar currencies. October is pinging, switching over to QFS. Zero ping is Wi-Fi dropping off, sovereign funds roll out Chisara, Mel says has been in the background slowly. October 5th, the theta wave phase timing is 4 to 8 Hz. Great awakening begins today. Mel went through some history because history repeats itself, things going full circle. Wright brothers and now the balloon to the North Pole, True North. James Bond film, Dr. No, Strong Timeline 1973, taken off gold standard, Elton John song, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Chicago Fire, Chicago Bulls, number 23, NBA shortens the 22-foot line for more scores 2020, DJT leaves Walter Reed Hospital, it's a movie. Great awakening. October 6th, Harvest Moon, Senator Grassley, to play a significant role in this shutdown, keep an eye on this moon. He is linked to Q Post and Transition. Football break 16, as the GCR RV is imminent, see Post in Mel's room on World Investors Week. If you are true believers, you have already received your funds from the RV. Find information in SEC, under Edgar, listed information about birth certificate, etc. October 6th, JFK told Americans to build fallout shelters. We finally cracked code of Mickey Mouse 1010. A Tuesday start is 10/07/25. Israel predication attack before happens October 7th. Mel perception on Israel as she says the Taliban in Afghanistan getting their county back, as she says same could be occurring with Palestinians in Israel. DJT spoke of peace deal in Israel. Watch this unfold. October 7th, Odin Project removes satellites and takes over media, linked to EBS. Has the EBS been going off as need be in needed places already? Mel thinks so. Will this be the zero ping that we leave Wi-Fi in red October? BRICS nations still working in background. 8825. Leave for Wacky Wednesday. Back to the Future. Mel had a few Q&A. Here are a few. Question: are Bolivar and Zimbabwe exchanging or redeeming? Answer: yes, as mentioned earlier, they will be pinged to other currencies. They will be in the first basket, per se. Question: is dinar exchange open? Answer: yes, but only to Tier 1 and Tier 2 at present, not open to public yet. Question: is Zimbabwe funds only for humanitarian projects? No. Very sensitive subject. Use logic, take your own respond, and be prepared spiritually and mentally for the projects you want. Take your own steps to do your projects. Answer: Australia list can be seen with JB when where, or answer: wealth management will have a list. Question: per Dr. Bob, he said, post-government shutdown, the DJT has dissolved the old corporation, INC, and everything is now common law. Said, see the 7 kingdoms, Mel posted in her channel, listed them. Where is Israel? Mel said Israel is an island with computers used via CIA, Five Eyes, etc. DJT said Hamas ready for a peace deal. Who was the bad guys, Hamas or Bibi, PM? Like Mel mentioned before, the ones reported to be the bad guys were taking their countries back. Mel says GM, GE, and G-Night, hope you enjoy Q&A. She get to catch up with everyone. Said see you all on Wacky Wednesday 8/8. See you all on the flip side. Love to all. Sizzling Sunday by Mel in America.
69. Anonymous. November 3rd, 2017, 5:56 p.m. EDT. Lord's Prayer. Godspeed to those who will be put in harm's way. You are the bravest men and women on earth. We will never forget. All share one title in common, and that is the title of hero. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for His name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for You are with me. Your rod and Your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely Your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
I know God has a plan. I pray for direction to follow it, patience to wait on it, and knowledge to know when it comes. Family, we are on a journey together, and all of us are growing and learning along the way. It's so important to enjoy the journey, not just survive, but thrive, even when times are hard. You are a warrior. Enjoy the ride. Now unto Him that is able to keep you from falling and to present you faultless before the presence of His glory with exceeding joy. To the only wise God, our Savior, be glory and majesty, dominion and power, both now and ever. Amen. Jude 1, 24-25.
Blessing of becoming. The person you are becoming is already smiling at the person you are now. Keep walking toward her or him.
A new beginning. Start over, my darling. Be brave enough to find the life you want and courageous enough to chase it. Then start over and love yourself the way you were always meant to, by Madeline Beck. Me on Telegram commented, I did it. I went out on a limb and traveled to Ireland by myself, meeting up with like-minded individuals at Rebel Across the Pond and Live 5D Health. I'm so proud of myself for going. Get out of your box and live your dreams.
Sending love to everyone who feels overwhelmed with work, with love, with life. Be gentle with yourself and take it one day at a time. You got this.
This is all that matters. This is why we fight. For the children.